Guys, and welcome back to Earthen's Den. And in this episode, I kind of want to talk to you guys about the disconnect that I'm seeing, and something that's kind of just really been on my mind and for quite some time now. So this disconnect is between the reality and Instagram, Facebook, social media platforms. And the disconnect is seriously distorting people from being able to think for themselves and decipher what is real and what is fake. That is something that I've been talking about since 2018, since I was kind of like engaging more and more in social media, and I've been using it pretty frequently just this year in itself. But I remember when I wasn't, and now I'm reminded why I was not, why I've never been a fan of it. Honestly, why I'm not really sure if I enjoy podcasting, if I really enjoy, and it's really just because of the disconnect. Like, there's so many people who will jump on a platform and say anything, you know what I mean, and say anything, and it's just nothing more than a nation of confusion. I don't think that people even know what it's like to have a genuine relationship. I think that a lot of relationships are, especially during the quarantine. I mentioned that in the previous episode when I talked about if you've got some people here with you on December 31st, they're real ones. And it's because with social media, with quarantine, we're kind of able to, I think that this was a year revelation. We're kind of starting to see things because everything has kind of been stilled, and what I found is that a lot of people really enjoy superficiality relationships. Cliquey culture, that's a thing now. People want friendships to take pictures. People want friendships to go out and have a good time and drink and just that just be it and just take pictures. And that's the reality. And the sad part about it is people aren't even coming into terms with this truth, and they're not accepting it, and they're not entering into a space where they can receive it. And so this is actually becoming the lives of some people. And I say it all the time, but, we are more alone than ever. I think that's why, depression and suicide, all of these issues are starting to surface. I don't think that it's necessarily anything in regards to history. I think that right now we've never been able to compare ourselves in such way. Yes, people have been dealing with mental health issues, but if anything, it's been enhanced because of social media, because we are able to look into the lives of so many people. We are able to sit in one state and literally view something that somebody is posting, and it's a picture reel. It's a highlight reel. You know what I mean? And so I think whenever situations and blessings and all of these great things come our way, we're not able to really receive it, and we're not able to understand it and realize it as a blessing because it's not coming in this picture perfect package. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. And so my neighbor was talking to me today because I don't know what they're doing with my mail slot, but it's a mess. And so he was talking to me a day about it, and he cracks me up because he's always like asking everybody, like, okay, all of my other neighbors, and my other neighbor came downstairs and we were all just talking about our mail slots, and it made me realize just how connected and the sense of community that the previous generations held, and how we had let go of that standard. It's a thing. It was a thing, right? Like in the past generations, they knew their neighbors, and that's pretty much all they knew. And they went out, they spoke to people. I'm always out at the park and I'm watching people, and they walk by and people are speaking and smiling, and it's normal. I remember when I opted in for a flip phone. I was out at a bar one night and this guy stole my phone. I had an iPhone. He stole it. And I never went back to get another iPhone. And so I had a flip phone, and I kept that flip phone for like a year. And because it was a flip phone, obviously I was embarrassed having a flip phone in, 2018, 2019. That was embarrassing, right? So it was like I wasn't on my phone as much. But what I found was it was just so peaceful. It was so peaceful. Like, I didn't have any apps. I didn't have any of those things. And so when I would go out with people, I started to notice just how awkward people were socializing. And I didn't realize just how much of an advantage it brought forth to me. Because when you walk up to people, most people they're insecure, or they'll look down, and they're not willing to converse, or there's so many reasons because of this, right? And I realized that was just such an advantage. And so I was able to make connections with people in different ways because most people were not confident in regards to their conversational skills, because it was something that is kind of like vanished, and people talk about being socially awkward. And it's not that you're socially awkward. It's just that you don't take the time to speak to people. This is really sad. But I realized just how many people are more willing to connect with people online and to entertain things online rather than the people that are here in front of them presently. How many people will, get online and praise a person but won't call the person, won't check in up on the person, but they'll get online and make a post about the person. People are more willing to make a post for you on Facebook than to text you happy birthday on your birthday. Isn't that great? And so it's like, this is the disconnect. And so people are not building real relationships. I mentioned before how, a lot of men are in this one space and a lot of women are in this one space, and it's a lot of animosity between the two sexes, and it's a lot of aggression and frustration between a lot of races. And the thing is, you guys, this is only a small portion of the world, and I don't think that we realize that. We don't ever take the time to step back and see that. And it's because it's being filtrated through the mass media. We think that it's real. We think that it's something that we can really trust and believe. Trust yourself. What are you seeing every day? Is this what you're seeing every day? The answer is no. And so it's doing nothing but dividing us. And like I said, people are more alone than ever. But if you get online, everybody's online. So I think that people are more so gravitating to be online, not necessarily in regards to superficiality, but just to connect with people, just to have a conversation, just to get some, even if it's a false sense of social interaction, because that's how we are made as human beings. We're built to connect. We're not made to just sit and not have any friends and not socialize and not, you know what I mean? And so I don't know, it's just really crazy. And so I get online and, I'm sharing this podcast and I'm doing these things, but I can't really say that I enjoy it, honestly, just because I don't know. I just feel like everything is just so distorted these days. And, people are hurting, people are angered, and a lot of people are jumping on platforms and they're expressing themselves, but unfortunately they do not have the communicative tools to do that. And so they're getting online, they're expressing themselves in all the wrong way, and it is just doing nothing but penetrating this seemingly never-ending cycle, and it's horrible. Comparison, just all of these things. I think that this is what's causing mental health issues, right? Because then people start to push themselves. You push yourself so hard, and there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. There's nothing wrong with going after what it is that you want to do. I'm not saying retract from doing any of that. Pursue your dreams, pursue your goals, but man, I don't know, I guess just be reflective and just kind of really take a look at your life and realize the areas that you've unplugged from, like the areas that really matter. I think this is the importance of actually having core values. This is where the importance of having a true sense of self and a knowing of what matters to you. I have a Twitter page. I talk to you guys on there from it's Earthen's Den. Well, I don't really talk to anybody from there because there's I don't really have a huge following, if any following, but I'm on there. And one of the things that I was speaking about when we talked about grievances and we talked about loss and, sorry, you guys, that's my air fryer. I'm making some French fries. But we talked about grievances in such a way. And I said it, I think that it's a lot harder to deal with loss in those things because we are then reminded of everything we didn't say and everything we didn't do. And so I know that's a little heavy, but I just encourage everybody to just really extend your light and your love to those who matter to you. Don't let this be a lesson that you learn, at 40, 50, 60 years old. That was just a lesson for me. I just never wanted to learn that lesson later on in life. Like that was just one lesson that I really just had to get, I really had to get because of my core values and what I valued. And so I think that that's just something that's really important. And another disconnect is that I'm noticing is that you guys, you have to understand platforms, and there are people who talk about self-improvement, and this is up for your own discretion and your own discernment, right? Does it feel good in your spirit? Does it bring a sense of peace, or is it nothing more than a sense of confusion? And it's just really being in tune with your spirituality. But when you listen to these platforms and you're listening to healers and coaches and all of these things, I think that what we're doing is we are putting a lot of people on a very high pedestal, and that level of expectation is very unrealistic for a human being, and so all I'm going to say is this. It's not that, because I'm confident in what it is that I know, but I also know how little I know in regards to God, in regards to the forces that be, if you prefer that methodology. You know what I mean? It's just so important for you to understand that. And so when I talk about counsel, and because oftentimes I think that we're looking for some things, so we go online and we start researching videos, and that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se, but I just be mindful that a person cannot tell you where to go and what to do and all. You know what I mean? I think that God definitely uses some people as a vessel. I think that some people are definitely put here to help humanity and fuel humanity in a positive way and to really help people. But it is just so important that you have your own relationship in regards to just your spirituality, because at the end of the day, it's within you, and so you're searching without, and you're never really going to be happy, right? And then God forbid you start to take the counsel from wrong people, then you're going to just be really lost in such a deep pit and in a dark abyss. And so just be mindful of that. Don't put such heavy expectations on people, because everybody's dealing with their own issues. Everybody is healing, and everybody is, nobody's perfect. Shall I say, nobody's perfect. And so certain things, I just think that you want to seek greater counsel. That's all I'm going to say, because it's a real thing. It's definitely a real thing. And I don't know, you guys. I think with 2021 coming in, I think it's definitely time to disconnect, if you ask me. I think it's time to disconnect and just realize just how the way, and just really get clear on what really matters to you. I think that we've been in Revelation, we got the clarity about the people around us, where we may be going, whatever the situation may be, but I think it's so important to get clear about what matters for you. What do you want? You know what I mean? And so I'm gonna leave you guys with your thoughts, and I hope everybody is having a great Monday.